Mr. Class says, hey, coach, how are you? All is well, family. Thank you so much for asking. Mr. Class says, I feel stuck and sad. I was sick last year. I'm in a healing season now. I want to move forward and make the best out of my life. How to get to the next level? Great question. Well, there's levels on levels. Or let me say it like this. There's levels in levels. I was going to do a video on this, but I'm going to add some of those points to this. Sometimes we want to go to the next level, but we haven't gotten to the next level on this level. Some levels may have 5 levels in it. Some levels may have 3 levels in it. But sometimes we'll focus so much on the next level that we haven't even reached the next level within the levels of this level. Meaning, for instance, there may be 3 more levels you may have to reach in this current level of singleness before you are actually able to level up in marriage. In your situation, there may have been certain trials and tribulations you face within this level of your life, but you still have to grow in certain levels, especially when it comes to sickness. So right now, if you're living in a healing season now and you want to move forward, it's going to be hard for you to move forward until you heal. For instance, as for an athlete like Kyrie Irving, he just tore his ACL. No matter how bad he wants to get on the court, or no matter how bad he wants to whatever, he has to go through the full healing phase. There are certain phases in the healing phase that makes you feel like you're ready to go to the next phase. I'm pretty sure that there's moments where he's going to step and he's going to feel like I walk perfectly. So if I can walk perfectly, maybe I can run perfectly. But he may have reached the level of walking in the healing phase, but he's not yet healed for running. There's going to come a time when Kyrie's going to be healed enough to run, but he's not going to be healed enough to play because basketball requires sharp movements, change of pace, change of direction. So even though he may be healed enough to walk or healed enough to run, he may not be healed enough to play competitively on the court. So right now, you may be going through a healing phase physically, but have you gone through the healing phase mentally? Have you gone through the healing phase emotionally? Have you gone through the healing phase spiritually? So right now, I would do a healing audit. I would actually write down all the ways you were impacted by the injury, all the ways you were impacted by the sicknesses. Because when you begin to investigate the holistic plot of the enemy against you, then you will be able to easily spot out, hey, I may feel well physically, but was I wounded? Was I injured mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or relationally at any point last year? Because if you're going to reach that next full level with its full levels, you got to make sure that you have accomplished all the levels on this level. So I want to move forward and make the best out of my life. How to get to the next level? You have to heal in every area. So write down a sheet of paper what you desire or what you think the next level is. And then ask yourself, at this level, have I developed all the mindsets, the tool sets, and the skill sets to be an asset on that level? If you are wounded anywhere mentally, then you got to do some mindset work. If you're affected anywhere or you in a place where you don't have the right tools for that next level, you got to start developing the tool sets for the next level. Then you got to develop the skill sets. How can I become more proficient to be efficient for that next level? So how to get to the next level? You got to make sure that you have leveled up in the levels within the level that you're on, making sure you have the right mindsets, the tool sets, and the skill sets so that you can be an asset at that level and attract assets at that level. So you got to do some investigation on ways or potential ways that you could have been wounded, injured mentally, faith-wise. Is your view of God still solid? Do you lack trust in God more now because of last year? If you go through a whole year of sickness, your faith is tested. And your faithfulness is going to be tested. Because if your faith is tested, your faithfulness will be tested. Your faithfulness to God. If your faith is shaky, you got to think about all those different things. And then once you have done your due diligence in that, then you will naturally level up to that next level. You also wrote, I'm almost 30. I wanted to be married at 20. A lot of my friends are married and live a great, fulfilling life. I got through a lot of struggles. I'm praying that the good times for me are coming. My friend, they are. And that's why you can't compare. Even as a father right now, I can't compare my daughter's development with another child's development, because all that's going to do is going to have me focus on the areas that she doesn't compare to the next child versus embracing my child at the development level that she's on, right? So when you begin to compare your life to others, you'll begin to look at your life as not as good as theirs. But how do you even know their life is good? There are a lot of marriages that look great, but they're going to be divorced in 2 years. There's a lot of relationship that looks great right now because everybody posts their highlights online and never their lowlights. Nobody just argues on Instagram Live. Nobody posts arguments on their Instagram pages or whatever. So you got to stop comparing, because if you keep comparing, you won't be completed. Because you won't be doing what you need to do to make sure that you're developing, to make sure that you're growing at God's pace. So if you wanted to be married at 20, listen, my friend, 20s are overrated. Most people's prefrontal cortex is not developed until they're 25 or 26. I'm not saying people shouldn't get married in their early 20s, but you got to consider your brain development because a lot of people don't really know who they are or don't really flow physically in who they are until their brain is fully developed. That's why people do what they feel, and they feel fulfilled. But 30s, and you have a better outlook on life. You know what you want. Most people do. So don't look at age as anything. Look at stage as anything. Because a lot of people can get married at any age, but they never reach the maturity stage needed for that thing they did at whatever particular age. So now you're not going to go to that marital level until you're fully healed at the spiritual level. Healed in your viewpoint of singleness. You got to look at singleness as a gift, or you will not be gifted marriage. I'm saying it again. If you do not see singleness as a gift, God will not gift you marriage. You may gift yourself marriage, but God won't gift you the marriage. You may be gifted a marriage, but you won't be gifted the marriage that he has for you. So until you see your singleness as a gift, marriage will not be gifted to you. Because if you don't see your singleness as a gift, you won't unwrap it enough to see what you need for your development so that you can be an asset in that next level. Thank you so much for watching my video. I pray that it was a blessing to you. If this video resonated with you, make sure you check out the links in my description box below. Links to my books, card games, coaching programs, as well as my school community. And also make sure you like, share, and comment on this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I look forward to serving you on the next video. I love you all. Catch you in the next one. Peace.